everyone, it's Erin. So welcome to February's Alchemy Scope. Already, the month of January flew by for me. I don't know how it was for you. I am wondering though, I wish we could engage because I am very curious how you are doing now. This particular month for me was quite intense on a variety of different levels. And if you are sensitive, and even if you're not sensitive, I would say everyone is feeling some sort of response to this time frame. I've spoken to several clients that are feeling increased pressure, that they're feeling obligated to follow their particular soul's story. And there's other things too. Lots of people are feeling stuck and kind of knowing that action is required, but they're not clear about what the action is. So there is this real time right now of kind of marination and having to turn inward, having to go inward. And for many people, for some of us, it's okay to do that. Like, we're used to doing that. We actually like doing that. It's a self-investigation process. But for several people, it's highly uncomfortable. They hate going within. And so there's this rejection about that. And so a lot of people are distracting themselves more and more. In fact, I will say just today, it was actually interesting because I was going to film this intro today. And I experienced two people within an hour of one another that replicated the exact same qualities to me. And it was quite stunning. They were walking zombies, completely not tuned in, not connected. And it was either a severe numbness that was going on, that they had so much going on, either emotionally or in their life, in their mind, that they couldn't connect, or it's like they were just blank, void. And I have to say, more and more people, I'm coming upon more and more and more people like that. So if you're watching this video and you tend to want to distract yourself because you don't want to feel, you don't want to go inside, this time frame is about, we're obligated to grow ourselves. We're obligated to go within. We're obligated to actually feel what's going on and evolve it. So that's why this channel was started, by the way. And the Alchemy Scopes are going to be just one component of this channel, I will say. There's other projects that are in the works. That's why this video is a little bit late. So, yeah, so let's look at why. Why are a lot of us feeling pressure, or maybe there's a lot of stuff coming from the past, like you might have been flooded with maybe even strange, like memories you haven't thought of in forever that are coming forward this month. There's reasons for this. On the macrocosmic scale, there's a lot going on. We have Pluto. This was about mid-January that it was exact, but Pluto is squaring the moon's nodes, the south node and the north node of the moon. So what does this mean? Well, Pluto is, the planet of transformation, deep transformation, like serious, deep, cut to the chase transformation. And the moon's nodes are about habituated habits, patterns of being. The north node is about where we need to go, where we're being urged to go, where we're obligated to go. And so right now, the south node, and so the other aspect is that Uranus was exactly conjunct the south node on the 20th of January. So not only do we have this Pluto square the nodes, but we have the Uranus-Pluto square activated alongside Uranus exactly conjuncting that south node. So what does that mean? That is exceeding pressure to change habituated habits of self. Thinking, feeling, being in the world, It's big. It's really big stuff. Now, on top of that, we have the fourth consecutive, in fact, on the 20th. So when Uranus was conjunct the south node, we had our fourth consecutive 0-degree new moon. When I was recording the previous Alchemy Scopes, I didn't have my 2015 ephemeris yet. And I was stunned when I saw that the first new moon of 2015 was this 0-degree Aquarius new moon. Here we are in the age of Aquarius, and this is an Aquarius new moon, 4th of 4 consecutive new moons. The next new moon will be at a 29 degree, so a critical point. Also, by the way, in Aquarius, so we'll have 2 new moons in Aquarius, one at the 0-degree point, one at the 29 critical degree point. Very, very, very potent time, you guys. Very big. So if you're feeling stressed, impatient, angry, maybe you're raging about things, depressed, sad, there might have been grieving that's been coming up for you, deep sadness about what's next, what's coming, what do I even want? You know, that's kind of the big thing for a lot of people is, I don't even know what I want. I know I want something different, but I don't know what I want. So there's a lot of pressure with that. And a lot of people too are feeling the pressure to live in alignment with their core self. This is just the time. And I will tell you, this spring is going to be potent. So this first quarter of 2015 is hot, it's potent, it's rich. You want to drink it in. You have no choice, really. I mean, we are here to drink it in. But the more you push it away, deny it, avoid it, don't want to feel, distract, it's going to come at you no matter what. So either you accept it and you go with that flow, you either work with nature's principles and you work with least effort, or you resist it and something breaks, something collapses in your life, something suddenly falls apart that maybe you weren't willing to look at. Maybe it was right in front of your face that it was about ready to fall apart, but maybe not. So anyway, so there's reasons for this potentiated time frame that we're walking through right now, this chapter of this human story that we're walking. It is very, very big. And it's very rare. We're not gonna, this is unique. This is unique. I mean, certainly none of us are ever gonna experience anything like this in our lifetimes. And probably it won't ever exist exactly like this. This is a cycle in a big macro cycle. So this is highly unique, this period of time that we're walking. So that's what's going on. So I hope that you're able to embrace this rich, challenging, obligating, unrelenting time frame and know that you are here to get clarity, to get still, to get quiet, to create space for yourself, to be willing and brave to go within, to really face, in fact, invite the wounds and all the stuff to come up and come forward, and allow that process. Because by allowing the process, by allowing what's already happening to happen, then the magic happens. Then you'll start to, your eyes will start to open wider. You'll start to see more broadly. You'll begin to see the synchronicities that are taking place to support your transmutation from your old self to your new self. Because that's what this time frame is. It's about transmuting from the old, from the lead to the new, to the gold. This is about your evolution. Okay? So let's talk about the macro cycle for this particular cycle, which is this 0-degree Aquarius new moon. The symbol, the Sabian symbol that's imbued with this new moon is an old Adobe mission in California. Now, this one was a hard one for me to really feel, to really get a real sense of the deeper meaning of this particular Sabian symbol. Dane Rudyard talks about it in a way when he goes into an explication of this particular symbol. It doesn't resonate for me. How he speaks about it doesn't resonate for me. He talked about impressiveness. He says, while becoming an integral part of it. So it's mastery of man over environment while becoming an integral part of it. It's not really that, in my view. This was about Catholic priests coming to California trying to convert the indigenous Native Americans to an organized religion and taking them out, you know, devaluing their belief system and bringing forward, imposing another. To me, this particular old Adobe mission picture is something that's abandoned and no longer used. So to me, that means, or that what that the flavor of that and what it evokes in me, and it'll evoke different things in different people. And that's exactly what these symbols should do. But for me, when I interpret that, especially when we're looking at this kind of human evolutionary journey that we're all taking right now, this is quite definitively about that way of being is old and antiquated and no longer working. So it's about moving to a different way. It's about moving to the North Node in Libra way, which is cooperation, and it's relational. It's based on relationships. It's not based on just the self. It's based on the self in relationship. And whenever you're in relationship, and life equals relationships. Life is all about relationships, not people to people only. Our relationships to our thinking, our relationships to our feelings, our relationships to events and circumstances, our relationships to our environment and context. Life is nothing but relationships. So the North Node in Libra is quite interesting with this particular Adobe mission. You know, those ways of coming in to an area and telling the peoples of the place, that has no value. This is what you value. That doesn't work anymore. It's very old paradigm, and it's something that's crumbling away like an old Adobe mission. So take that symbol in a way that speaks to you. And Dane says, when positive, the degree is effective breadth of vision and a respect compelling depth of character. And when negative, lack of ambition and blind adherence to superficialities. So I'll leave that with you. You can take from it what you will. I have my own idea about what it means for the bigger picture of us, for us as both as individuals, but on the collective level of what is not working for the old paradigm and what is crying, screaming to come into play for the new paradigm of thought. So, okay, everybody, that was a lot. So let's talk about what else is going on the macro and the microcosmic levels for you.
Hi, Leo. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came up for you, reflecting the theme for February 2015. You received 35 easy progress, and the two trigrams that make up this hexagram are fire above, earth below. The general situation is one of easy natural progress. What has been weak is steadily ascending, and by gaining a prominent position becomes more powerful. The image is the light of the rising sun, which at first appears dimly through the mists, but this weak light later radiates with powerful clarity once the sun has reached a high position in the sky. Progress is made when those in subordinate positions make peace with those above, and in so doing create a natural means for their talents and abilities to become prominent. It is by recognizing and riding with the natural course of events, by hitching our wagon to the rising sun, as it were, that we advance our position and earn respect. Don't forget that goodness in human nature is like the dim but beautiful early morning light. It can be obscured by greed, hatred, and other forms of self-absorption, just as the morning light can be swallowed by the fog. Be reminded that progress is achieved most effortlessly, when right action is taken without concern for immediate reward, and when the path of the weaker aligns with that which is strong. Wonderful. So let's take a look at what your spread is going to show us here.
Hi, Leo. So let's take a look at a spread to see what might be emerging for you this month and what action steps your soul might be asking you to take in regards to the event. I did tweak the actual question in order to bring out that information a little more clearly this month. So
I'm using the Bral Talej deck. This was a deck that was developed by a woman by the name of Shama Viola in the community of Damanhur in northern Italy. And it's a wonderful deck. So let's take a look at what event or circumstance might be coming up for you, and then what action steps your higher self is asking you to take in regards to these events or this event. Okay, so it appears that you will have to contend with some form of deception this month. Something will be coming forward that will deceive you, or that you will realize that you've been the deceiver. So you'll either realize that you are the perpetrator, or you'll be the receiver of deception. Now, everything that manifests outside of us starts within ourselves. So all of our shadow shows up to reflect back to us. So if you're receiving deception, there is something that needs to be aligned within you inherently. That's just the way it works. But this particular event might in fact be a deceiving event outside of yourself. Now, it has to do with the free will of a woman or women in general. So you might feel deceived because of a woman's need to be independent, a woman's need to be herself. This is about free will of women in general, or it could be a particular woman in your life. So now, Spirit, so in regards to the guidance, you're being very clearly asked to understand that no matter how negative this might feel in the moment, Spirit is saying, listen, understand that what's happening is always for benefit. There's no waste in nature. Nothing happens randomly. There's no such thing. Nothing happens without some purpose. Everything serves a purpose and a function. It just doesn't happen any other way. So even though this might feel awful, there's goodness to it. It's beneficial. It's serving a function. So Spirit's saying, understand, it's a good thing. It's serving a purpose and a function. Emotionally, you're being asked to, first of all, access your emotional self. Your emotions are useful and they're serving a purpose, and you need to honor that. So Spirit is saying, access your emotions. It's also very clearly saying that with this union, so let's say this is a relationship with a woman, and it could be a spouse, a girlfriend, a partner, and it could also be a friend, that it was a weak union, let's say, that it wasn't strong anyway. So this event, whatever's showing itself through this deception, is actually just clarifying that there was weakness to the bond, and this is just bringing the truth out. And that's part of this, feeling that, or understanding that it's a good thing this is coming up. In regards to your thoughts, Spirit is saying, first of all, you're going to have defeatist thoughts about it. This is going to be depressing. This is going to be, difficult. You're going to feel disappointed, and this isn't going to feel good. And so your thoughts are going to be defeatist thoughts. However, to deal with that, Spirit is saying, go within. You want to go within, and you want to look at your own mental constructs about what the truth is here. Where was the deception? Who really was the perpetrator? And is the deception a good thing? That it's showing itself, because then you can clear the air and move forward with clarity. Here too, so you're asked to go within to your thoughts, and you're asked to look at your expression. So what are the thoughts that you're putting out there? Are they deceiving? Are they creating some deception?
external to you? Is there a lack of alignment here that's manifesting here? So overall, the event will benefit you in the long run for sure. There's no question. But this month could be a little bit challenging because of this event or circumstance that might be coming forward. It is interesting, I will say, because I've already filmed a couple of the other card pulls for you, and the feminine is coming up for you. And it's interesting that the free will of women or a woman is coming up for you, Leo. I'll just leave it at that. You'll get a sense of what I'm talking about in a little bit. But yeah, there's much here. It's rich. There's a rich soup of topics and situations that are acting to really catalyze your growth and maturity this month. So it's juicy. It's juicy. So let's see what else we have for you this month. Leo, hi. So I wanted to do at least part of the spreads this month outside. And I'm here at one of my favorite places. I'm here at Stanford University at the Cantor Art Center at the Rodin Sculpture Garden. Now, we have, as you might notice, the gates of hell in the background, which is no accident. I picked that on purpose as a symbolic, a powerful symbol of these times that we're moving through. Personally and collectively, we're moving through intense times that might feel like an inferno. And Rodin, the gates of hell is a depiction of a scene from Dante's Inferno. So let's go ahead and look at what came up for you. I already shuffled your cards. You received an interesting archetype. The archetype that wants to be awoken and evolve through you this month is the networker. So the shadow side of networker is conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. The evolved networker, the higher frequency manifestation networker, which wants to come through you this month, is enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Now, the guidance that came through for you this month is Lady Nada, the Ascended Master Lady Nada, mother, wife, sister, daughter. And I found this fascinating, which I'll tell you why in a second. So this is what Doreen Virtue writes for Lady Nada. First of all, she says that there's a woman, a significant woman, that will play a role for you this month. Now, I will actually generalize that to say the feminine, because I think this is actually about a bigger issue than just one woman. So, but let me read to you what Doreen says. First, she says, the first person who comes to mind is the correct person. So when you've seen there's a woman that's going to be of significance for you this month, for this upcoming cycle, who you think about is who you're supposed to be thinking about. Any unhealed feelings that you carry toward this person could be blocking or slowing the manifestation of your dreams, as well as leading to imbalances. This is the perfect time to call upon God, your guides, and angels to release any toxins associated with the past or present female relationship. This process opens the way for healthy relationships with women, including your own feminine energy. Now, I will say that I think this is actually regarding a bigger issue than just one woman. I think this is about the feminine. We are currently in a place where Black Moon Lilith is stationed at 5 degrees Virgo. This is your second house of values, what you value. And on a collective level, the feminine has been demolished, dismissed, dissolved, oppressed, etc., etc. So this is a powerful time. And Lilith is opposed Neptune, which is about major collective healing with regard to Black Moon Lilith, which is the wounded feminine. And this is big. This is big. So I think this card is actually quite lovely. This could absolutely refer to a particular woman or a female relationship in your life that has caused you great personal healing. Healing that will heal the whole. Okay? So let's take a look at what else we have for you this month.
So Leo, let's take a look at the Dakini that came up for you. Now, a reminder that, when I pull the Dakinis, this is to pull forward the archetype, the quality set that is asking for you to embody it, so to serve you this month. And you received a very powerful one. You received 43 Durga. And again, a reminder that the link to the full PDF document is below this video, but I'm going to read a little bit here. Durga is a very powerful one, powerful image. Durga brings the fire of the gods to earth and washes away all negativity, which flows like blood. Who is Durga? Durga is the Hindu warrior goddess who was created by the gods in order to overcome lower forces. They each bestowed a special attribute upon her and gave her the weapon she holds. Durga in Sanskrit means the one who is invincible and indomitable. And let me read a little more here from the divinatory meaning. If Durga stands before you, you have called in the right energy to help you stand up for what you believe in. She brings courage and invincibility. It is your time to be given psychic weapons to take up arms against injustice. Relinquish the need to be right and replace it with championing what is right. So Leo, that gives you a piece of the picture for Durga. Let's go ahead now and finish off your month.
So everyone, that is it for this month's Alchemy Scope. I want to remind you that if you haven't gotten your archetypal profile or symbolic profile, the information will be below. I also want to let you know that this month, January, between the Alchemy Scopes, the intention was to bring forward other videos because there's a big list of goodies that I want to be producing and making. And they are in the works, actually. So look for tools coming forward in February, starting in February, but it'll be ongoing. This is going to be throughout 2015 and beyond. But there will be foundational pieces of information coming forward that will help you. And I'm really excited because the pieces that I'm bringing forward are, they're going to be good. They're going to be good, and it's going to be easy to understand. These are not going to be long videos either. They're going to be kind of brief teachings to the point. 4 foundations of this, 4 foundations of this. So this is going to be delicious. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, you want to subscribe. And please like and share. I have to tell you, I hate saying that on this whole YouTube thing. It's like and share. You guys know that already. So I'm going to actually try to avoid saying that because I don't know. There's something about it. It's so salesman-y. I can't get over it. I'm getting used to this whole world of, I don't know, marketing myself. It's a trip. It's really a trip. But it's an interesting process. And I will say, kind of a little tag note on that, I'm quite confident that there is a whole new way of marketing ourselves that has nothing to do with what these bloggers and these social media marketers are insisting that we do in order to get ourselves known. It's like, I only want to be known. In fact, I know that I'll only be known by those who want to know me. So I'm not attached to that. Do I want more views on the key videos that are to come? I do, because I think that they're going to be foundationally helpful. I think they're going to be foundational for this new paradigm of the new human. So that's that. That's my whole spiel. But I thought I'd make that point because I don't know, this whole social media thing is very interesting. Anyway, so until the next video or until next month's Alchemy Scope, I wish you a wonderful February and I'll see you soon.